Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz.
Mauli, God with us.
Indios paramus, meaning in God is our hope.
Nothing but the best.
No precor, no meditor, no lucro. We pray, we practice, and we win.
Yes, Elijah.
It's false.
You're right. Yes, Gaddafi.
It's false.
Yes. Yes, Amma.
True.
Yes.
With 2 times 10 to the power negative 5 newtons, or 1.414 times 10 to the power negative 5 newtons.
Yes, Jessica.
Condensation polymerization.
You're right. I am a property of matter. For some materials, I decrease when temperature is increased. Yes, Vanderpoy.
Density.
That's incorrect. Prempeh College. That gives you 3 out of 10. Abebio.
Citric acid.
I'm not accepting that. I'm very disappointed. I'm giving every school 1 out of 10. Calm down, compose yourself, and deliver your answer clearly.
Total internal reflection.
You're right. Yes, Jennifer?
Fermentation.
You're right. Yes, Jeremiah?
The streamline shape helps the fish to pass through the water without any problem.
University practice. Questions 1 to 4, all correct. I am happy to award a perfect score. Yes, Michael.
Solenoid.
Solenoid. Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today we bring you the first of the semi-final contest featuring Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, Adisadel College, and Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School. I have here with me Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, represented by
Anum Julian, final year.
Adams Joseph, final year.
You are very welcome, gentlemen. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School has been through a lot. In 2014, the school did not even make it past the 1A stage. Eventually, they had to go through the Greater Accra Regional Competition to join this year's edition at the 1A stage. No problem. Since then, they've done very well. This year, when they went to the quarterfinals, they met with first runners-up, GSTS, from last year, and Wesley Girls High School. And they got rid of them because they are here today. Presbyterian boys, how important is a win today for you?
Words cannot explain.
I understand. That's good. All right. In that case, let me wish you well. All the best.
Thank you.
Next is Adisadel College, represented by
Apia could be some more final year.
Final year.
You are very welcome, gentlemen. Adisadel College, last year, 2014, you went to the quarterfinals with high hopes. Then you met with St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary. That eliminated you. Never mind. This year, at the quarterfinals, you met with Sogako First Senior High School and Abuakwa State College. And no problem for you, you are here at the semifinals. Good. Shall I ask you the same question? How important is a win this time?
Very significant.
Very significant. All right. In that case, I wish you well also. All the best.
Thank you.
Finally, I have here with me Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, represented by
Stellanza, final year. Could you mommy, I'm a pencil, final year.
You are very welcome, ladies. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, this is your first time in the semifinals. In 2014, In 2014, you also had very high hopes. You eliminated the then reigning champion, St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. But it wasn't meant to be at that time. This year, I know you are fired up. At the quarterfinals, you told us that it's your 50th anniversary this year, and you intend to take the trophy as part of the celebration. So I need not ask you about the importance of this win, right? Okay, good. What are you going to do to make sure you secure it?
All we'll do is put our trust in God and we'll make it.
Okay. Thank you. Best wishes to you also. Viewers, we have 3 schools all bent on winning this contest. But before I sit down so that we can begin, let me take the opportunity to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We are also supported by GTP, Ariel's Haven, Duncan Beats, SC Johnson, EPP Books, and City FM. My name is Dr. Elsie Ifa Kaufman. I am Senior Lecturer and Head of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, University of Ghana. Contestants, as always, the contest comes to you in 4 rounds. The first round is our round for fundamental concepts, simple, direct questions requiring simple, direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it gets passed on. When a school rings and answers correctly, a bonus point. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches a penalty point. For questions that require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present an answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. All questions are to be attempted once only. Once. Best wishes to all 3 schools. Preamble to all schools. The ground state energy of a hydrogen atom is negative 13.6 electron volts. Find the transition energy in electron volts for levels with the given principal quantum numbers. All right, now Presbyterian boys, 5 and 2. For a bonus. The right answer is 0.294 electron volts. Archbishop Porter girls with the same preamble, 4 and 1. The right answer is 12.75 electron volts. Adisadel College with the same preamble, 3 and 2. Apia Kubi.
1.9 electron volts.
Okay. Next set. 30 seconds, this is the preamble. Under a translation T, the point with coordinates 3, 4 maps onto the point with coordinates 1, 2. Find the image of the given point under the same translation. Now, Presbyterian boys, your point has coordinates 8, 5. Yes, Sir Adams.
6, 3.
You're right. Archbishop Porter girls, with the same preamble, your point has coordinates negative 5, negative 1. Yes, Penswa?
Negative 7, negative 3.
You're right. The same preamble, your point has coordinates negative 2, 6. Yes, Bennett?
Negative 4, 4.
Yes. 30 seconds, this is your preamble. A very long solenoid is wound with 1,000 turns per meter, and its diameter is 10 centimeters. The permeability of free space is approximately 1.3 times 10 to the power negative 6 Henry per meter. Did you get the preamble? All right. Presbyterian boys, find the magnetic flux density in the solenoid when it carries a current of 2.0 amperes. Adams.
Okay, 2.6 times 10 to the power negative 4 Tesla.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 2.6 times 10 to the power negative 3 Tesla. With the same preamble, Archbishop Porter girls, find the current required in the solenoid for the magnetic flux density in it to be 52 millitesla. For bonus, the right answer is 40 amperes. With the same preamble, what is the magnetic flux density in the solenoid when it carries a current of 15 milliamperes? Yes, Apiakubi.
1.95 times 10 to the power minus 2 Tesla.
You're right. Presbyterian boys, for periods 2 and 3 of the periodic table, only the group 2 and group 0 elements have positive electron affinity values. Why? Yes, Julian.
Okay. The reason why only the group 2 and group 0 elements have positive electron affinity values is because the group 0 elements have already stable electron configuration. Hence, we require energy to be added, we need to absorb energy in order to add an extra electron. And group 2 also has addition of an electron to group 2 would also require more energy to overcome the electronic repulsion between the outermost electrons.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. The reason is the same for both groups. It's the same for both groups. Fully filled subshells or shells, so they are stable, so you need to inject energy in order to be able to do that. All right. Archbishop Porter girls, explain why nitrogen with atomic number 7 has electron affinity of negative 31 kilojoule per mole, but carbon with atomic number 6 has electron affinity of negative 123 kilojoule per mole. Yes, Penswa.
Please, with the nitrogen, it has halfly filled p orbitals, which makes it more stable than the carbon, which has partially filled d orbitals. Has a greater amount of energy will be released when an electron is added on in the carbon atom than with the nitrogen. Because the nitrogen is also more stable than the carbon.
1. When carbon accepts an electron, the p subshell becomes half-filled, which is stable. Additional electron to nitrogen will produce a less stable configuration. You mentioned that nitrogen is already stable. That is why you got the 1, otherwise. All right. Adisadel, explain why electron affinity decreases down a group of the periodic table. Bennett, is your hand up?
Electron affinity decreases down the group because down the group, electron size increases, and then effective nuclear charge also decreases. Now, the electronegativity of an atom depends on its ability to pull. Electronegativity of an atom depends on its ability to pull. Electron affinity. And electronegativity depends on the ability of an atom to put a shared pair of electrons in an atom more to itself. And then down the group, more shells are added to the atom, and so the size increases, decreasing the effective nuclear charge.
Okay, after finally saying all that, I'm going to give you 1. You started with some wrong statements at first. The electron size increases. How? Electron size doesn't increase. It's the atomic radius which is increasing down the group, And so electron affinity, which depends on the atomic radius, will be increasing, will be decreasing. So electron affinity values decrease with increase in atomic radius. Very simple, not all the long-winded. All right. 30 seconds, this is your preamble. A box contains 2 black, 3 red, and 4 white marbles, identical except for color. 2 marbles are drawn from the box without replacement. Find the probability that, Presbyterian boys, both marbles are black. Yes, Adams?
1 out of 36.
You're right. With the same preamble, both marbles are red. Paints were?
It's 1/12.
Yes. With the same preamble, Adisadel, none of the marbles is red or black. Yes, Apia Kubi?
1 out of 6.
You're right. For this next set, it's a single question to all 3 schools. When I get to you, please give me a right answer so that I can move on for the next right answer. No bonus. All right, so this is the question. Phloem, which is the food conducting channel in plants, is made up of 4 main components. Name one, only one component. Presbyterian boys. Yes, Adams?
Tube.
You're right. Actually, I should give you partial credit. 2 out of 3. Sieve tube elements. Elements. All right. Archbishop Porter girls. Yes, Stella.
Companion cells.
Yes. Adisadel. Yes, Apia Kubi.
Phloem parenchyma.
You're right. The last one, of course, would be the phloem fibers or the bast fibers. Next set, 30 seconds. This is the preamble. The mass of a soccer ball is 0.4 kilograms. That is the preamble. Now, Presbyterian boys, find the average force exerted by a goalkeeper to catch a soccer ball moving at 30 meters per second if he holds the ball in his hands within 0.5 seconds. Yes, Adams?
24 Newton.
You're right. The goalkeeper deflects his body while catching a ball moving at 30 meters per second so that the ball is stopped in 2 seconds. Calculate the average force in this case. Yes, Spencer?
6 Newton.
You're right. Instead of catching a ball moving directly towards him at 30 meters per second, the goalkeeper decides to deflect the ball by punching it head-on. Find the force he exerts if the ball rebounds at 20 meters per second and his fist is in contact with the ball for 0.2 seconds. Yes, Apia Kubi?
20 newtons.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 100 newtons. Presbyterian boys, which of the compounds, 1 pentanol, 2 pentanol, and 3 pentanol, will affect the plane of polarized light? Yes, Adams?
2 pentanol.
You're right. Which is stable? Cis-2-butene or trans-2-butene? Please give a reason. The reason is important. Yes, Spencer?
Is this the trans-2-butene? And the reason is that what contributes to the CH, okay. This is because
for a bonus. Yes, Julian.
The more stable compound is trans-2-butene. This is because the bulking CH3 groups are far apart in the molecule.
Yes. Adisadel. Which of the isomeric alkenes, 2,3-dimethyl 2-butene and 2-hexene, will be a more stable compound, and why? The reason is important. Yes, Apiakubi.
2,3-dimethyl 2-butene is more stable. This is because it is more branched than that of hexane, and the branching increases the molar mass and hence causes rigidity in it, so the bonds are held together.
Okay, stop while you're ahead. Yes. It's simply more substituted. You end there. All right, preamble to all schools. Identify as a rectangle, square, kite, or rhombus. That's the preamble. Presbyterian boys. A quadrilateral with 4 axes of symmetry and fitting its outline in 8 positions. Adams.
A square.
Yes. A quadrilateral with 1 axis of symmetry and fitting its outline in 2 positions. Penswa.
A rhombus.
That's incorrect. Yes, Apiakubi.
A kite.
Yes. With the same preamble. A quadrilateral with a center of symmetry, no axis of symmetry, and fitting its outline in 2 positions. Apiakubi.
Rhombus.
That's incorrect for bonus. Actually, I have to give it to you. Presbyterian boys. Explain why grafting is not possible in monocotyledonous plants. Yes, Julian.
Okay. Grafting is not possible in monocotyledonous plants because they do not undergo secondary growth and hence cannot form the lateral tissue which are required to fuse with the new graft which is placed on it.
I'm not accepting that. For bonus. In grafting, the cambium helps in binding the 2 parts of the stem. Monocots don't have cambium, and so you cannot graft the monocots. Archbishop Porter girls. State the condition under which plasmolysis may be important to plants. Yes, Penswa.
Please, plasmolysis occurs when plant cells are placed in hypertonic solution. But then when a plant is in it's highly concentrated. Its condition within the plant is highly concentrated. It loses water to its surroundings.
For bonus. Plasmolysis is important because it helps the plant by shrinking the protoplasm, thereby helping to control wilting. Adisadel College. Why is soil in tropical rainforests poor in nutrients? Apiakubi.
This is because in tropical rainforests, there is much rainfall. Hence, water is abundant inside the soil. This aids in leaching where, since soil nutrients are soluble, they are soluble in the water, and also by movement through pores of the soil, water goes down in the soil. Hence, as the nutrients are soluble inside the water, they move down in the soil due to leaching. And also more plants are there to take up the nutrients.
I will give you 2 out of 3. For mentioning leaching, is for the leaching. The hot, humid climate causes some of the minerals to leach rapidly from the soil. Leaching. 30 seconds, this is the preamble. A cell phone emits 900 megahertz radio waves at a power of 0.3 watts. Approximate values of physical constants are as follows. Planck's constant H is equal to 6.6 times 10 to the power negative 34 joules second. The Wien law constant B is equal to 2.9 times 10 to the power negative 3 Kelvin meter. The Stefan Boltzmann constant, sigma, is equal to 5.7 times 10 to the power negative 8 watt meter squared per Kelvin to the power 4. And the speed of light c is equal to 3.0 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second. Now, Presbyterian boys, how many photons does the cell phone emit in 1 second? Julian?
1.78 times 10 to the power negative 24.
The right answer is 5 times 10 to the power 23 photons. With the same preamble, Archbishop Porter girls, determine the temperature of a black body whose peak emission wavelength equals the wavelength of the radiation emitted by the cell phone. For a bonus, the right answer is 9 millikelvin. Adisadel, with the same preamble, calculate the total radiant flux emitted by a black body whose peak emission wavelength equals the wavelength of the radiation emitted by the cell phone. Apia Kubi.
Okay. 1.8 times 10 to the power 6 watts.
That's incorrect. For a bonus, the right answer is 3 times 10 to the power negative 16 watt per meter squared. Presbyterian boys, what will be your observation when dilute ammonia is added to copper 2 solution, dropwise, and then in excess? Give the formula of what is responsible for any color change. Yes, Julian?
In drops, a blue precipitate is formed, which is made responsible, a blue gelatinous precipitate is formed, which is made responsible by the presence of copper hydroxide. And then in excess, this blue precipitate dissolves to form a deep blue solution, which is a copper Cu open bracket NH3 close bracket 4 square bracket 2 plus ion.
You're right. When dilute sodium hydroxide solution is added to a solution of Al3 plus dropwise and then in excess, a precipitate is formed which dissolves in excess. Describe this precipitate and give the formula of the soluble product formed. Yes, Stella?
It forms a white gelatinous PPT, and the formula is Al open bracket OH3.
2 out of 3. Yes, it's a white gelatinous precipitate, but what is formed is AlOH4 minus. Adisadel College, state your observation when H2S is bubbled through a zinc 2 plus solution and give the formula of the observed product. Apia Kubi.
A white PPT will be formed, and the formula is ZNS.
You're right. 30 seconds, this is your preamble. Solve the quadratic inequality. That's the preamble. Presbyterian boys. X plus 2 all squared is less than 9. Please give your answer carefully. Julian?
-5 less than x less than 4.
That's incorrect. Yes, Stella?
-5 less than x less than 1.
Yes. With the same preamble. X minus 3 all squared is greater than 16. Yes, Penswa?
X is less than -1 or x is greater than 7.
You're right. With the same preamble, x plus 3 all squared is less than 49. Yes, Bennett?
Negative 10 less than S less than 4.
You're right. Last set for the round. It's a single question to all 3 schools. When I come to you, please give me a right answer so that I can move on for the next right answer. No bonus. This is the question. Blood is also known as fluid connective tissue because it possesses all the properties of connective tissues. Give only one property of blood that makes it a connective tissue. Presbyterian boys. Yes, Adams.
Okay. Blood consists of structural and globular proteins and it's also thick and continuous anyways to link the different cells of the body together.
Okay. Archbishop Porter girls. Yes, Penswa.
Please, blood is transmitted throughout all parts of the body. So it's more or less connects all the organs of the body by supplying them with all the nutrients, oxygen, and mineral salts that they need.
That's the same thing those guys told me. Adisadel. Yes, Apia Kubi.
One property is that blood is made up of a group of specialized cells and also helps in transportation of substances such as hormones, waste gases, and dissolved food substances.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, so the one that I gave the point for was the connection to the various body parts, right? The connections to the various body parts. It also has all the 3 components of a connective tissue. It has cells, it has fibers, it has matrix. That's the other one. It forms packing around various body organs, and so it's a packing tissue. It is mesodermal in origin. That means it came from the middle embryonic layer. That's another reason. And the last one is that fibroblasts. This is the most important cell of connective tissues. It's also present in blood, making it a connective tissue. That's the end of the first round. At the end of the first round, Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School has 20 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, has 29 points. Adisadel College has 38 points. Long way to go. Let me encourage all schools to work even harder. Round 2. In this round, I'm going to present all 3 schools with a single question, the problem of the day. From the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes to present a single answer from your school. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. The pH of 50 centimeter cubed of 0.010 mole per decimeter cube solution of ammonia is 10.5 at 28 degrees Celsius. 50 centimeter cubed of 0.020 mole per decimeter cube solution of ammonium chloride, also at 28 degrees Celsius, are added to the ammonia solution, and the mixture stirred until a uniform solution is obtained. Solve the following problems. 1. Calculate the pOH of the ammonia solution. 2. Calculate the pKb of the ammonia base. 3. Calculate the pKa of the NH4 plus ion. And 4. Use the equation pH is equal to pKa plus log of the concentration of the base divided by the concentration of acid to calculate the pH of the buffer prepared. You may assume log to the base 10 of 0.5 is negative 0.30. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. please stop writing and present your answers. Contestants, please pick up your answers and present them on the board. The contestants have presented their answers. Before we award the marks, let's look at the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem in chemistry. So we've been given a solution of ammonia, and we've been given its pH at 28 degrees Celsius. We also have a solution of ammonium chloride at 28 degrees Celsius, and this is added to the ammonia solution, and the mixture is stirred to obtain a uniform solution, and there were questions to be answered. The first was to calculate the pOH of the ammonia solution. pOH of NH3 solution is simply 14 minus the pH. We've been given the pH, and so we substitute that, and we get 3.50. 2 points. Next is to calculate the pKb of the ammonia base. The pKb of NH3 is the pOH. We can use the pOH. So we have pOH is equal to half pKb minus half log of concentration of B. This is the general formula that is used. So we have pKb equals 2 multiplied by pOH plus log of 10 to the power negative 2. We are using information from the question. So we have 7.0 minus 2 to give 5.0, 3 points. Now the third question, calculate the pKa of the NH4 plus ion. pKa of NH4 plus ion is equal to 14 minus pKb of the NH3. We have calculated for the pKb in the previous question, so it's 14 minus 5 to give 9, 2 points. Now, the fourth part, we have to use an equation. This is the equation that's been given. pH is equal to pKa plus log of concentration of base or concentration of acid. So we have to calculate, use this equation to calculate the pH of the buffer prepared. The pH is the pKa of the ammonia NH4 plus, pKa of NH4 plus, which we calculated in the third part, plus log of concentration of NH3 divided by concentration of NH4 plus. Since NH3 and NH4 plus are in the same volume, we put them all together, we can use the millimole ratio. It's the same as concentration in this case. So the millimole of NH3 is 50 times 0.01, the volume multiplied by the concentration which was given in the problem. This gives 0.5. Millimole of NH4 plus is the volume 50 multiplied by the concentration 0.02, and this is equal to 1.0. So we are ready to do the calculation. pH is equal to 9.0, the pKa that we calculated, plus log of 0.5 over 1.0. For getting this together, 2 points. And then simplifying to obtain a final answer, we get 9.0 minus 0.3 because we're given a value for log to the base 10 of 0.5. So 9.0 minus 0.3 gives 8.7, 1 point. Now, this sums to 10, and this is what was expected from our contestants. Now, contestants, Presbyterian boys, you were able to calculate for the pOH of the NH3 solution. 2 points for that. You had the right formula for calculating for the pKb of the NH3. But you were not able to follow through to arrive at the right answer. I was offering 3 points for that section. I'm giving you 1 point for the formula. That gives you 3 out of 10. All right, Archbishop Porter, you were able to calculate for the pOH of the NH3 solution. That's 2 points. And you got the pKb of the NH3 solution right. That's 3 points. Everything else not helpful. That gives you 5 out of 10. Adisadel College. Same situation as Archbishop Porter girls. You got the first part right, pOH, and then you got the pKb right, but everything else not useful. So that gives you 5 out of 10 as well. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 2. You may pick up your notepads. Round 3. In this round, I'm going to present you with statements. When you receive your statement, please consider the statement very carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. When a school rings and answers correctly, 2 full points. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches the penalty point. Best wishes to all 3 schools. I'm starting with you, Archbishop Porter girls. Your statement. All freshwater protozoans have a lower water potential than their surroundings. Anyone? It's true. Adisadel. Many marine protozoans possess functional contractile vacuoles. Yes, Apia Kubi.
It's true.
No. Presbyterian boys. The internal body fluid of freshwater bony fish is less concentrated than the environment. Julian.
It's false.
Yes. The element with atomic number 10 belongs to group 2 of the periodic table. Yes, Penswa?
False.
You're right. The element with atomic number 20 belongs to group 2 of the periodic table. Bennett?
True.
Yes. Hydrogen belongs to group 1 or group 7, also known as 17. Yes, Adams?
It's true.
Yes. The graph of y is equal to x minus 2 all squared has only one x-intercept. Penswa?
True.
Yes. The graph of y is equal to x cubed minus 1 has 3 x-intercepts. Bennett?
False.
Yes. The graph of y is equal to x squared minus 1 has 2 x-intercepts. Adams?
That's true.
Yes. The magnetic flux density inside a long solenoid is proportional to the current in the solenoid. Yes, Apia Kubi.
True.
Yes. Your major statement. The magnetic field lines inside a very long solenoid are nearly parallel. Yes, Apia Kubi.
It's true.
Yes. The magnetic flux density produced by a very long solenoid is greatest outside the solenoid. Yes, Julian?
It's false.
Yes. Herbivory usually increases the rate of photosynthesis in the remaining leaves. Yes, Apia Kubi.
It's true.
No. It's a false statement. Your major statement. Herbivory always leads to reduction in plant growth. Yes, Apia Kubi.
It's false.
Yes. Herbivory reduces the rate of transport of photosynthetic products from the remaining leaves. Yes, Julian?
It's true.
No. The oxidation state of carbon in methanoic acid is +2. Yes, Stella?
True.
Yes. The oxidation state of carbon in methanol is +2. Apia Kubi?
It's false.
Yes. The highest possible oxidation state of carbon is +4. Yes, Julian?
It's true.
Yes. 2 raised to the power -1 plus 2 raised to the power -1 is equal to 1. Stella?
True.
Yes. 0.25 raised to the power -1 is equal to 4. Yes, Apia Kubi?
It's true.
Yes. 10 raised to the power -3 is equal to 0.0001. Yes, Adams?
It's false.
You're right. Last set of statements. The mass of an object on the surface of a planet where acceleration due to gravity is 5 meters per second squared is about half the mass of the same object on the surface of the Earth where the acceleration due to gravity is approximately 10 meters per second squared. Yes, Stella?
False.
You're right. The weight of an object on the surface of a planet where acceleration due to gravity is 5 meters per second squared is the same as the weight of the same object on the surface of the Earth. Apia Kubi?
It's false.
Yes. The weight of an object on the surface of a planet where acceleration due to gravity is 5 meters per second squared is about half the weight of the same object on the surface of the Earth where the acceleration due to gravity is approximately 10 meters per second squared. Julian?
It's true.
You are right. That's the end of the third round. At the end of the third round, Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School has 35 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, has 45 points. Adisadel College has 57 points. Round 4. In this round, I'm going to be reading out clues. Your objective is to solve the riddles. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. If you solve it on the second clue, 4 points. If you solve it on the third or any clue, thereafter, 3 points. In order to solve the riddle, you need to draw my attention. You do so by ringing your bell. May I hear your bell, Presbyterian boys? Thank you. Yours, Adisadel. Thank you. And yours, Archbishop Porter Girls. Thank you. When you ring, the answer must be ready. Best wishes to all schools. I am used in many disciplines and subjects. I am used to refer to the genus of a chital deer. In physics, I am a line of rotational symmetry in an optical system. In mathematics, I am lines used in a Cartesian coordinate system.
Axis of symmetry.
That's incorrect. Adisadel, please, I'm waiting. Yes, Apia Kubi.
Axis.
Axis. That was the fourth clue, 3 points. I have a straight backbone of a chain of carbons. I have nothing more than carbons and hydrogens in my molecule. I react readily and separately with a mole each of bromine in trichloromethane and cold dilute and neutral KMnO4 solution, both with drastic physical changes. If I were a fully saturated compound, I should be entitled to 16 hydrogen atoms in my molecule. Yes, Apia Kubi. Yes.
Hexadecene.
That's incorrect. Yes, Julian.
Hexadecanoic acid.
No. For you. If I were a fully saturated compound, I should be entitled to 16 hydrogen atoms in my molecule, but I'm not. I have a total of 7 carbons in my molecule. My active functional group is located between the last but 1 and the last but 2 carbons from one end of the chain. So who am I? Yes, Pentwa.
Heptone.
Oh. Anyone? The right answer is 2-heptene or heptene, not 1. Next riddle. I am a part of a circle. To be precise, I am an arc of a circle. I am a junior part of a circle. Yes, Apia Kubi.
Minor arc.
You're right. That was the third clue, 3 points. Final riddle. My name suggests I am a vertical distance, but I need not be vertical. I describe the position of a virtual image. I am the illusion that a clear pool of water is shallow. Yes, Bennett.
Mirage. Mirage.
That's incorrect. Yes. For you. I am the illusion that a clear pool of water is shallow. I can be used with the true depth of a transparent liquid to determine the refractive index of the liquid. So who am I? Yes, Adams.
Apparent depth.
Apparent depth. I read all the clues, 3 points, and that's the end of the 4th round. At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School has 35 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, has 48 points. Adisadel College has 63 points. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, it wasn't meant to be this year. Best wishes. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, thank you for giving us a good contest. Unfortunately, this is not the year. Best wishes to you. Adisadel College. Congratulations on winning the contest. Very well done indeed. I look forward to seeing you at the grand finale. Best wishes. Viewers, this has been a good semi-final contest. But we are still in the semi-finals. Next time, we'll bring you Accra Academy, Motor School, and Prempeh College. Don't miss it. See you next time. Bye.